What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, my beautiful Nubian queens and kings out there that are listening right now. Thank you so much for pressing play. I'm super stoked to be here. My name is Kanikia, your host for Uncharted Melanin, the podcast, a unfiltered podcast where creativity and expansion meets Black excellence. Daily raw and unfiltered content Monday through Friday, and interviews every Thursday. You aren't going to want to miss today's episode, so let's dive right in. Have you ever held yourself back from someone, something, an opportunity because you were afraid? Afraid of what would happen when you got it, afraid of rejection, afraid of being embarrassed, afraid of not thinking that you actually deserve what you were going after. I want you to know that I am raising my hand right now and I am right there with you. Fear can be scary. Rejection can be scary. All of that can be scary. But what if we could shift our focus into love? What if we could shift our view into one of unlimited amounts of love around us? What if when we were walking down the street, we weren't on our phones, but we looked to make eye contact with other individuals? And what if we more intentionally said, hi, hello, how are you? What if we went past the double liking on an Instagram post and had a conversation with someone that we don't see eye to eye on? What if when someone says something to trigger us, we decide to look within ourselves instead of pointing the finger at everybody else? At our core, we are loving awareness. That is who we are. Nothing could ever separate us from the loving abundance that we are. But the conditioning of living here on earth in this time, in this time frame, allows us to feel things like fear. It allows us to feel things like rejection. But I'm here to tell you that it is possible to feel these things and still move forward in love. It is still possible to speak your truth and be afraid while you're doing it, but at the same exact time to be so wrapped up, to be so engulfed in love. Lately, I've been a little afraid in the dating realm. I am not gonna lie to you, and this is really where this episode came into fruition. A lot of this feels like I am staring in a mirror and talking directly to myself. So if this is resonating with you, I am so happy, because on a collective level, we are going through the same things. But I've been nervous to, put myself out there, to speak my truth in fear of rejection. But the more and more that I make myself small because I'm afraid of somebody else's outcome, I realize how much I am limiting my quality of life. I'm limiting my quality of love that I have to give to other people. I'm limiting my thought process, and I'm not being true to who I am. When we show up for ourselves and when we go out into the world and we are, our loving awareness, when we are our true authentic self, there are going to be people that resonate with us and there are going to be people who don't. And to know that it is okay to be on either side, sending love, sending awareness to both sides of the party. But how do we shift through being afraid to talk to people that you want to talk to? How do we shift forward into nailing that interview that we were super scared about? And how do we just shift into the present moment like now? Well, if you guys haven't heard it already, it is to act. It is to really embody the power of now, not putting it off because of fear, not saying that you're not ready, but just going forward and doing it anyway. Because the tribe that you're attracting, the man, the female, anything that you are attracting into your life, if it is for you, it will never pass you. Don't be afraid to shoot your shot. Don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to open your heart to love. I know the conditioning of being rejected and being rejected and being rejected again can be hard, and you think that that is your reality, but how many times do we have to hear no for it to be a yes? And how many times do we have to hear no before we start living the life that we truly desire? All I'm saying, my friends, all I'm saying to you, Kanikia, right now, is to ground yourself, root yourself in your love. Remember that you are a queen. Remember that you are a king. Remember that nothing can separate you from love, and it's who you are, it's who you have always been. And do it. You just have to do it. Life is about choices, and I would hate for you to go around obstacles instead of going through them. You are worthy of it all. And I hope this was your wonderful reminder, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys tomorrow. Sending you so much love. You are loving awareness. Hey guys, I had so much fun recording today's podcast episode and truly don't want the conversation to end. So if you haven't seen in the show notes, you can connect with me over on Instagram at Divine Beautiful Me or Uncharted Melanin, or you could also connect with me over at Thick Sis Yoga. I'd be so happy to answer any questions and just connect with you and get a chance to know what you're doing in your life and how you're showing up within your community. I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys tomorrow. Stay blessed.